good days, here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow. I don't wanna fight no more, cause I don't feel the need no more, no. Just wanna make it stop. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. We had a good run, don't say we didn't. I was your first love, and you were my first one. Cheers to all the memories.
Good morning, friends, and welcome back to my 30-day declutter series. It is day 21, and I am decluttering and organizing this breakfast / medication / junk box area in my kitchen. My initial goal today was to turn the 3 boxes on top of this floating shelf into 2 boxes. I am just so sick of the clear container of medications up there. It looks messy. Anyone who visits can see exactly what medications we take, and I just really don't like that. So today I am decluttering that area, and because I had the extra time today, I decided to do the shelf below them that has like coffee and spreads and all that everyday stuff on it too. So I'm just starting by getting everything off the top here. These baskets are just so full and they're overflowing everywhere, and it just looks horrendous. So we need to get this under control. In fact, I probably needed to get this under control a long time ago, but we're doing it today so I can just forgive myself and get it done, or get it done and then forgive myself. I don't know, but we're getting it done. And I know that I said in part 2 that I wasn't going to add much cleaning motivation to this video, well, to this decluttering series. I'm really trying to stick just to the decluttering footage or declutter footage instead of, sharing all of it, because these videos would seriously go for hours if I shared all of the cleaning content as well. But I am just throwing in a small amount of cleaning motivation in today's video because some of these areas were so messy and embarrassing. Well, not embarrassing for me, but I suppose you could call them embarrassing if you get embarrassed about that stuff. This is just real life for us, so I try not to get too embarrassed. Some of the comments though sort of make me wonder if I should be embarrassed, because apparently it's like impossible for some people to understand how anybody could live like this, and I think that's great. Good for you that you don't live like this and you are on top of things in your house. Yay for you. I'm actually proud of you. Well done. Anyway, moving on. That's enough praise for the negative comments that come my way. Speaking of comments though, I always feel like when I talk about the negative comments, I need to acknowledge all of the positive comments that you guys write in on my videos, under my videos. Your comments are seriously so sweet. I get like 95% of the people that watch my videos say the nicest things. They're always like, don't worry about the negative comments, or, what your house looks like is normal. And, a lot of people can relate, but there are the few minority, like 5% of my comments that really can not relate in any way possible. Like they are just like mind blown that people can live like this. And I mean, I know that my house is a mess, and I know that I have way too much clutter and it is in need of a huge declutter, which is why I started this 30-day declutter challenge in the first place. But to me, like, I don't know, I'm not embarrassed of the state of my house. You can walk around, you can get from room to room. It's not completely covered. It's just lived in, I suppose. And yeah, it just blows my mind that some people are so shocked by the look of my house. But anyway, those people are obviously extremely lucky. They don't have any mental health issues. There is nothing holding them back from getting up every day and doing the things they need to do to keep their house under control. And one day I aspire, I don't even know if that's the word, but one day I dream to live a life like that as well. I am trying to declutter my life and get everything a bit more manageable in this house or under control. So one step at a time. But thank you so much to everyone who writes the absolute sweetest comments in the world. I wish that I could find the time to reply to all of you, and I will one day. Sometimes my comments come through like 2 weeks late because I'm really just trying to catch up with the comments. Lately, my channel has kind of blown up a bit, and it's I've had a couple videos that have done really well, and I am just trying to work out how to adjust to the excess comments that are coming in, and how to make sure that I reply to all of you, because I really appreciate the time that you guys take to stop and comment. So I want to make sure that I do the exact same for you guys, but I just need to ask for your patience because it is taking longer than I had hoped it would. So back to the decluttering for a minute here. I have decluttered the clear medication container already. That is completely empty and gone, which makes me so happy that that won't be returning to the top of that shelf again. And now I am just going through the first brown box that's up there. This is sort of like our junk drawer. We don't really have one in the kitchen. Our kitchen's not the biggest, although I won't complain because I know it could be much smaller. But our junk drawer has been sitting in this box pretty much forever now. It's just got a bunch of the most random things in it that we are never going to use. But at the same time, you worry that one day you just might need those things. Like I kept the safety pins that were out of this container, but only half of them, because who needs 200 safety pins? I know that I don't, and I'm pretty sure that I won't. So I've just gone ahead and decluttered that whole box so that now I can fill it up with the medications, which is also good because the medications were overflowing, and this box is just that bit bigger than the clear one. So they should all fit in here really well, especially now that I have decluttered all of the expired medications. It just is going to clear up so much room and just make this box look so much more organized up on top of that shelf. And then I'm going to go through the second basket, get that fully decluttered, and finish off the rest of this bench here. I need to declutter all the breakfast stuff. There's a lot of like coffee sachets that I know are out of date. There's a lot of things up there that I don't drink anymore. And then there's just those little sachets that you get from like hotels or holiday cabins when you stay in them, and I tend to take them because I'm like, oh, I'll give them a try when I get home, and it just never happens. So I'm just throwing out all of the excess stuff so that I can have a much more organized area in the kitchen to wake up to in the mornings. So with that said, I am going to stop talking for a minute and catch my breath, but I'm also going to continue to declutter and organize this area of my kitchen. There is lots to do. There is so much to declutter in this area. I end up getting rid of so much of this stuff, and it just seriously, the before and after clips are so satisfying. So make sure you stick around for those. I will be sure to put those in before we move on to day 22. So let's get back to it. Let's get it done. If you have anything in your house that you need to declutter right now, go and grab it. Grab a basket, or go towards your junk drawer and declutter with me, please. I seriously love it so much when you guys get involved and declutter with me. So let's get back to the decluttering and let's just get this done.
Yeah, promise I won't forget. Yeah, maybe it's something in the water, yeah. Or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Yeah. Right now it doesn't even matter. Yeah. It's too late not to let it go, and that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry. Just this does, so baby, bye. It's for the best, and you know why. You gotta leave me here tonight before we make this even worse. It's gonna hurt even more than this does. We gave it all we had. It's time to say bye, baby, bye. I'll be, you'll be, yeah. Wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, 'cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. So baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why.
So here is the super satisfying before and after that I promised. I still feel like I could declutter so much more from those boxes on top, but for now, I am so happy with how this turned out. So we have hit day 22 of the 30-day declutter challenge, and today I am decluttering our shoes. We don't have a lot of shoes. They all mostly fit into this shoebox, but they have been spilling out everywhere lately, and the kids' feet have grown, so I thought it's time to declutter them. I'm just starting by emptying them out onto the floor so that I can see what we have, and then I'm just going to give the shoebox a good vacuum to get all of the dirt and sand off that the kids drag in from their shoes. This vacuuming seriously took way too long. The vacuum kept dying on me. I did cut out pretty much all of that footage though, but it turns out that the plug that was charging the vacuum hadn't been plugged in properly for a week now, so that was a bit annoying and it took so much longer than it needed to. Bailey, shh, I'm doing a voiceover. Bailey, shh. My dog barks at, oh my God, no. My dog barks at seriously leaves that fly past. If anyone else has a dog like that, I feel your pain. But back to the shoes. So now that I've cleaned that box out, I'm just going through all of the shoes and figuring out which ones still fit my kids' feet and which ones I sort of don't wear anymore. And I'm putting them to the side to declutter, and the rest of them I'm just putting straight back into this shoebox. Speaking of this shoebox though, I do need to ask how you guys store your shoes in your house. I really need a new system. I thought this system was perfect. I love this little box. It looked cute and neat in the entryway, but somebody commented on one of my cleaning videos how disgusting it is that my shoes are all stacked on top of each other and that the bottoms of their shoes are touching the tops of the shoes that are under it, and all of the germs that we get from, on our shoes outside and stuff are touching the tops of our shoes. Anyway, it made so much sense, and I totally agree with this person. I don't even remember their name, sorry, but I'm glad that they commented that. Sometimes negative comments are good things, or constructive criticism, I should call it. It wasn't really a negative comment, but sometimes it's a good thing. I really want a different system here, so please let me know how you store your shoes at home. I don't really love the look of a shoe rack, but if I can't think of anything else, I will just buy a basic shoe rack and put them on that. But I was hoping for something a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, or just something that makes a little bit more sense. So please let me know in the comments down below how you store your shoes. I would appreciate it so much. So I managed to declutter an entire bag of shoes from this shoebox. This is how the area is looking now. It is so much more tidy, even though this area of the house, the entryway, gets messy within a couple days of people coming in and throwing their shoes off. But for now, it is looking so much better. There is so much more room in that shoebox. It's not overflowing, and it looks a lot more peaceful for now. So we have just hit day 23 of our 30-day declutter challenge, and today I am tackling the family photo album box. So this wooden chest has been in our family for generations. It is so full of amazing memories, so many black and white and sepia photos from my grandparents' time, but my mum gave this to me about 5 years ago to do with as I please, and I think it is time to go through them and declutter them. First of all, I'm going to say I was so naive going into this. I thought I would get this done in one day, and I had even planned to condense it all down into just the one photo album, and let's just say that did not happen. I did manage to declutter over 20 photo frames and photo albums from the box today in I think I did this over an hour span. So it is a start, but this is honestly a decluttering project of its own. I really need to spend an entire day here, or even multiple days, to get this under control and decluttered. It really just takes so much mental work to declutter items like this. So I should have known I was never going to get this done in one decluttering session, because honestly, deciding which memories to declutter and say goodbye to, and which ones were needed to be kept for, the next generation and for my kids, it was really hard for a lot of them. Like when it come to my mum's family albums, I kept mostly just the ones of her and her parents and siblings, but Then, for example, there were a lot of photos of her auntie, like pages and pages. I think that I'm not sure if she was a model or something like that, but I really didn't need all of those photos. So I kept 2 of her and then I just decluttered the rest, which I did get my mum's permission for before I did that. I did make sure that she would be okay with me doing that, and she was totally fine with that. Then I came across a bunch of my old school camp photos as well, and this is probably showing my age, but back then my mum used to buy me those disposable cameras for school camps. I'm sure a lot of my audience know what I'm talking about, but for those younger ones watching that don't, the cameras would like have 21 shots on it, and once you clicked it, you would wind it up to take the next shot, and once you had your 21 photos, you would have to go and hand them in to get printed off, and it would usually take 1 or 2 weeks before you would even get to see what they look like. And sometimes they were just terrible. Sometimes my finger was over the like little bit that takes the photo, over the lens, and yeah, you just never knew what you were going to get out of those little disposable cameras. But anyways, a lot of the photos from back then are just of people who aren't in my life anymore, or just random pictures of wildlife or kangaroos at the zoo or wherever we went on an excursion or to the camps that we went to. And those photos I was able to just look at one last time to reminisce, and then, yeah, I really wasn't sad to let them go. So some of it was easy to declutter, but then there were some albums that I got to that were just so difficult. Like this black and white one here was so hard to declutter. I felt like, in a weird way, I don't know, what everyone's beliefs are, but I definitely did not feel alone in the room when I was going through this album. A lot of the people in this album have passed on now, and I feel like I personally felt like while I was decluttering these that I was throwing out the last of these people's lives, and it just made me feel really uncomfortable. And I don't know, I couldn't do it. I couldn't declutter them as well as I wanted to. So this album is something that I really have to go back to again and go through again off camera and just figure out what's important to keep, because I like the look of this album is just beautiful. It's so old fashioned. It's got little notes in there. It is just, I love looking at it, but my kids probably won't. Like if I keep it, it's just going to get handed down to my kids. And this is where the Swedish death cleaning method comes in. I don't want to burden my kids with all of these things. Like absolutely they will want a photo of their grandparents and their grandparents' parents and, the usual family tree stuff, but they don't want 1,000 photos of my mum's auntie or a bunch of photos of my childhood dogs. Like I don't know if you saw me before going through an album of dogs. They're my dogs from when I was younger, and they were really hard to declutter too because I miss them so much. Obviously, as you do when you have pets in your lives, they really are like family, and it was hard for me to even just throw those photos out. I did keep a couple, but I tried to declutter as much as possible because, again, those are just pictures that my kids are probably not going to care too much about. But yeah, as I said earlier, this is definitely a decluttering project of its own. I really need to spend a lot of time going through this box of photos and really figuring out what ones are important to pass down to my kids and what ones that they, it's just not necessary for them to have. So I'm going to finish off decluttering this photo chest, and then I'm going to show you everything that I decluttered. I feel like I made a huge dent, even though the box still looks full at the end. I still feel like I made a huge dent in it, and I have made progress. And as they say, progress over perfection. It will get done in time. It is just one of those things that is going to take a little longer than I expected it to. Today is day 24 of the 30-day declutter challenge, and today I am back in my son's room. I'm doing something a little bit lighter today since yesterday was just a lot on my brain, so I wanted to do something that was just completely brainless. So if you saw in part 2 of my decluttering series, I did a major declutter in my son's wardrobe, but his room is still more cluttered than I would like it to be. So today I am working on another area of his room. This is the corner that he keeps all of his Lego in. And if you have kids, then you probably know that Lego can get out of hand and unorganized pretty quickly. One minute you just have a couple of boxes of it, and then a few Christmases and birthdays later, and you are literally drowning in the stuff. So I am just trying to get on top of it again. It's been a while since I have organized it. We used to organize his Lego into colors and shapes in the past, and as much as it helps him find the pieces he needs a little quicker, lately he has been discouraged from playing with his Lego at all because he refuses to build the Lego sets unless he has the complete set, and usually there's like 1 or 2 pieces missing. So today I am going through and putting these sets into Ziploc bags so that it is easier for him to play with. I'm obviously not going to be able to put all of the sets into bags, but I'm going to get as much done as I can today, and this will be, again, a continued project that I will get around to doing today. I just really want to focus on more of the decluttering side of things and just cleaning up this area in general. I am also going to be moving this Lego table out of his room today, which is why I am emptying out all of the Lego from it and giving it a good clean and vacuum and wipe down, because I'm going to be repurposing this table to be used as a craft table in the lounge room. My kids are so into their crafts at the moment, and honestly, it turned out to have the perfect storage for all of their craft items. It has the side pockets for the crayons and the textures, and then the top compartments hold the colored paper and other craft items perfectly. We did have their crafts spread out into a few different areas of the house in various cube storages, which was a bit chaotic. So this has really solved that issue for us now. And at the end of the day, it really was a win-win. Not only had I cleared up a bunch of unused space in his bedroom, but I also managed to get some serious organization in with the crafts, which I've been meaning to do for such a long time now, and the kids absolutely loved it. So now that the table's out, I'm just going in and giving this corner a bit of a deep clean. It has been a while since this wall has seen any daylight, but then I'm going to sort out the rest of his stuff and separate some of his Lego sets into Ziploc bags. This was kind of a long process though, so we'll just cut to the chase. Here is everything that I ended up decluttering from this area, and here is what it looks like now. Moving that table out has created so much more floor space in here, which brings us to day 25. This is the last part of my son's bedroom that needs decluttering. A few items which you'll probably notice in this shot have kind of just made their way around the room. This is the problem with having so much stuff. Not everything has a home. Well, not yet anyway. The goal at the end of this 30-day declutter challenge is to try to have a home for everything in my house. And just a little spoiler in case you don't make it to the end of today's video, I did not succeed in that goal. Maybe if I did probably another 3 declutter challenges, I would be successful, but it's still a work in progress. If you have been here from the beginning of this declutter challenge, you will know just how much I got rid of. Like, I got rid of well over 1,000 items. I'm probably underestimating myself there. It was probably closer to 2,000. I got rid of so many large garbage bags of stuff, clothes, teddies, kitchen stuff, which you'll see later in this video. Just, I can't even remember now, but it was just so much stuff. If you go back and watch it, you will see. But my house is still so full. I just don't understand where all this stuff is coming from. But all I can say is thank goodness that I had completed this 30-day declutter challenge before Christmas, because otherwise I would probably not be able to move in the house right now. Speaking of Christmas though, I just realized that I haven't even stopped to say Merry Christmas to you all yet, but very quickly, before I get stuck talking about that, I'll just quickly explain what is going on in the video right now. It is looking a little bit chaotic at the moment, but after I cleaned off the floor, for some reason my brain thought that it would be a great idea to make a huge mess again. But anyways, here I am going through all of the stuff that was up on the bookshelf. I'm just starting by decluttering this pile, and then I'm going to declutter those colored cube storage boxes next to me as well. So while I do that, let's talk about Christmas. Was it good? Was it bad? Do you even celebrate Christmas? We personally do celebrate Christmas. Honestly though, this year it was a bit of a struggle. We sadly lost 2 family members just before Christmas. My nan passed away in November, and then my partner's nan actually passed away too a few days before Christmas. So I can definitely understand how it can be a hard time of year for many people. It's not always easy to celebrate when our loved ones aren't here anymore. So if that is you, I am sending you big hugs to anyone who lost someone in 2023, or anyone who doesn't have their partner or family member or children or anything like that with them this year or any year. I'm sending big hugs to you and lots of love and strength. Honestly, I thank my kids so much for this year, because without them keeping the Christmas spirit alive, we would have struggled a lot this year. But thanks to them, and really I give full credit to them, we actually had a really good Christmas. We had Christmas lunch at our place with family. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how the day turned out, regardless of losing our nans this year. But please let me know in the comments how your Christmas was. I want to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly. Anything you want to share with me, I would love to hear about your Christmas.
Being gone on adventures for a while. No. 'Cause the best thing about it is I know I'm coming back.
So I basically just went through and sorted out those books and organized them a little bit better so that they fit on the shelf. I'm a bit disappointed that I couldn't declutter more. I did take out all of these That's Not My series books. My daughter absolutely loved these books when she was little, but she has grown out of them. And the same with this little nursery rhyme book pack as well. But I am keeping those. I don't know whether I'm going to give those to a friend or keep them for my kids. I don't know, because they were so loved, those books. But these ones here, these sound making ones, they've sort of run out of batteries, and I think they're button batteries, so I don't really want to mess with that anyway. So I've just put them down to be decluttered, and now I am moving on to the cube storage. I want to turn these 4 boxes into 2 boxes, so I'm going to be getting rid of as much as I can out of these boxes today. So I'm going to throw some music on. I know a couple of you have mentioned that you don't like when I put music over my videos, and I want you to know that I have listened to your feedback. I have taken it on board, but honestly, I can't think of any better options. I can't exactly voice over the entire video. I feel like you would get very sick of my voice if you haven't already, and I can't just leave the original audio on. And trust me, I'm doing you a favor by not doing that, because you would basically just be listening to my dog bark for the entire video, which surely would drive you crazier than listening to some background music. So what I'm trying to say is, I heard your complaints. I appreciate the feedback. I really do, good or bad feedback. I love it when you guys send that in. But if you don't like the music, you can mute it. I promise I will not be offended. But majority of the comments did say that they don't mind the music. So the music is here to stay for now. I'm going to finish decluttering these cubes, and then I will be sure to add a quick before and after once I'm finished, because I feel like this cube storage had such a satisfying transformation. So be sure to stick around for that.
I'm coming home to you. Been walking down the street so many times, my feet know every brick and stone. Could wear a blindfold, no matter what I do, I'm coming home to you. And I don't know why, I'm always feeling homesick. Oh, all I know is this is where my heart is. Oh, I have seen many places where the beauty never ends. Different cities, friendly faces, and perhaps I'm going back. But I don't have to.
So here is everything that I managed to declutter on day 25 of my 30-day declutter challenge. I'm pretty happy with this. The kids are still sorting out one of the baskets, but here is a quick clip of the before chaos, and then here is a clip of the after. I am so happy with this transformation, but now we are moving into the kitchen. It is day 26 and it is time to give this fridge a good deep clean and a major declutter. If you have been here since before my decluttering series, you would have probably just recently seen a video of me cleaning out my fridge, but honestly, that was filmed well over a year ago. If you've been here a while, you know I took a 6-month break, maybe even longer than that. So that was old footage that I had only just gotten around to editing. But yeah, it has basically been a year since I last gave this fridge a really good look over, which I know earlier in the video I said I don't get embarrassed about this stuff, but that probably is a little bit embarrassing. Like, I should definitely be going through my fridge a lot more often than that. I do like clean up spills and that if they're, you know, major, if it's like beetroot juice or something like that. But other than that, I don't really clean my fridge that often, which is gonna gross a lot of you out. I know there's probably so many studies showing how many germs there are in fridges. I refuse to read those articles because I'll probably be just disgusted in myself. But anyways, let's get into this. I have done the cleaning off camera, so I can just use my magic clicking finger. The fridge has now had a really good deep clean. It is shiny again. I still need to empty out those bottom drawers and declutter those and organize them better. But other than that, the fridge is shiny and I am ready to head over to the bench and declutter all of these condiments and just things that are out of date. A lot of these things need to go, especially like the sauces and things like that. So I'm going to go through and declutter these, and then I'm going to restock the fridge with the things that I'm actually going to be keeping.
Here than I can bear. Ooh. Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you. Been walking down the street so many times, my feet know every brick and stone. Could wear a blindfold. No matter what I do, I'm coming home to you.
So that is basically all done now, and I went ahead and cleaned and organized the bottom 2 drawers off camera because that took a little while. But here's a quick before and after of the fridge. It is so shiny and fresh now, which makes me so happy. And here is everything that I decluttered on day 26 of this challenge. It is day 27 now though, and today I am decluttering one of the many cupboards in my kitchen. I honestly just randomly chose this one because I have to start somewhere, and honestly they are all chaotic at the moment, and also because I know that I'm going to be decluttering a lot from this cupboard, so it is a good place to start. I actually got a lot of these pots and pans a while ago now. If you watch my other channel here on YouTube, you would have seen how excited I was when I brought these. Like, I was over the moon. I loved having pink cookware, but sadly they didn't last long, and I can't 100% blame the pots and pans because I am not the most gentle with my cookware. But yeah, they didn't work for me personally anyway. So I am decluttering a lot of them today. And just a really quick cleaning tip while I'm here: if you get these black scratches from the bottom of your pots and pans in your cupboards like I do, you'll know that they don't just wipe off easily with a cloth. And my best friend when it comes to those marks are magic erasers. I feel like I'm recording an ad right now, but I swear I am not sponsored by them or anything at all, but magic erasers are my secret. They take them straight off. They take all those marks off with barely any scrubbing, and it makes my shelving come up brand new again. I seriously cannot rate them enough. So now that this space has been decluttered, I feel like everything is going to fit so much better. There is still a couple of my large fry pans in the sink. I'm behind on dishes as usual. There is no shock there, but they will fit perfectly on the top shelf here. But here is everything that I have decluttered from this cupboard today. These pink pots and pans have needed to go for such a long time. They're all scratched up, the ceramics sort of peeling off, and I just don't like cooking in them anymore. I'm not sure how safe that is, so they need to go. I'm decluttering them today. And I am also getting rid of this little veggie steamer strainer thing here. It goes with the pot that I'm getting rid of, and we already have a strainer and a veggie steamer, so there is just no point keeping an excess one. We don't use them that often, so I'm decluttering that too, as well as the lids that go with these pots. And I am so happy to see all of this leave my house today. It is day 28 of my 30-day decluttering challenge, and today I am working on decluttering my spice cabinet. I have not gone through this in such a long time, so the game plan for today is to just take everything out, clean up the shelf, and then go through and just declutter anything that has expired or that is basically empty. So today was a really easy one, although I really do think that I should get a Lazy Susan for in here though, because I didn't realize how much was hidden at the back of this shelf that I probably would have used if I knew that it was there, but one step at a time, I suppose. But I am so close to finishing my 30-day declutter challenge, and it feels so good having less stuff in this house. I absolutely love that some of you have been doing this challenge along with me. Knowing that you guys get cleaning motivation from watching my videos, or when I read the comments that say you're going to clean with me, or that you're about to go and declutter a part of your house because my video inspired you to do that, they are seriously my favorite comments, because they encourage me to keep filming and sharing this side of my life. They encourage me to keep making these videos, because that is seriously the end goal. I want to encourage you guys. You guys encourage me so much, and you inspire me so much with all of your comments and the things that you say. And when I, hear about your life, it is so interesting to me, and I just feel like this community is just amazing. It is exactly what I wanted to build when I started a YouTube channel, and I'm just so grateful for it. So if you do join me today, or if you have been joining me in this 30-day declutter challenge, please leave a comment below. Keep them coming. Let me know that you are joining me. Let me know that you are decluttering with me or cleaning with me, or just if you got cleaning motivation from my video today. I just honestly cannot tell you enough how much I love reading those comments. So please keep them coming, but also update me. Let me know how your decluttering is going. I would love to know if you have been successful, or if, you got sort of stuck along the way. I know that I did. But just let me know. I love reading all your comments. So here is a quick before and after shot of the spice cabinet. It is so much more manageable now, and here is everything on the bench here that I'm going to be decluttering, or that I have decluttered already. Just a bunch of spices that are basically empty, out of date spices, out of date sauces, oil, and heaps and heaps of these instant noodle packet sachets that my kids don't use. They prefer to put tomato sauce or something on their noodles. But anyways, I'm so glad to see all of this go. So we are on day 29 now. We are so close to finishing this challenge. Today I've decided to declutter this utensil drawer. It barely opens some days. There is just so much in here, and I probably only use about 50% of the stuff in here. So I'm really looking forward to decluttering a bunch of this and just making it a much more organized, functional space in my home. So I'm starting off by getting everything out so that I can clean out this drawer, and then I'm going to go through and just put back the things that I definitely use. So I'm just going to get straight into this one today. This is another one of those really easy decluttering tasks that are completely mindless, and I don't even know why I've been putting it off for so long. So I'm just getting in there, getting it done. I'm wiping out this drawer. Unfortunately, I had run out of magic erasers, so those little black marks have to stay for now, but I have added it to my forever long to-do list. They will be cleaned off sooner or later. So I'm just throwing all the stuff back that I am keeping, and this is how it looks now. This is so much more better. The drawer shuts so much easier, which honestly I cannot tell you how happy that makes me. And here is everything that I am decluttering. It is mostly the plastic utensils. A lot of them actually are pretty much brand new, but they tend to melt as soon as they touch my pan. So it is definitely time for them to go. And then also these pouches, my kids have outgrown pouch foods, so we don't need those anymore. And excuse my dirty stove, but I'm also just relocating these items. So the strainers do not need to be there, and the slinky definitely does not need to be there either. But other than that, I'm so happy to be decluttering the rest of these items on the bench here today. I cannot believe it, but I am also so happy to say that we have finally made it to day 30. Today I am decluttering my dog stuff. This shelf is supposed to be just his stuff, but somehow the most random stuff has ended up here, like batteries and a little light thing and God knows what else, some swimming equipment I think. But I am going to take everything off this shelf, and then I'm going to give it a good wipe down and try to declutter as much as I can from here so that I can finish off the challenge strong. I'm going to be making sure that I get rid of at least 50% of this stuff. You guys, this has been such a long declutter challenge, and I still have such a long way to go when it comes to decluttering this house. I still feel like I am drowning in stuff. So this is honestly just the beginning of this journey for me. If you have enjoyed watching me declutter my life so far though, I would love for you to show some support to my channel and give this video a huge thumbs up. And also, if you want to continue to come along this journey with me, make sure to hit that subscribe button too and turn on your notifications to all. I would absolutely love to have you here. Also, again, I just want to say thank you so much for all of the love and support you guys are leaving in the comments over the last few months. You honestly make my days so much better, and I am just so grateful that you are choosing to spend some of your day watching my videos. It honestly just means the absolute world to me. So thank you for literally being the best people in the world. But I'm just wiping down the shelf here. I've cleared everything off. I just need to give it a good wipe down because it is absolutely covered in dust. But here is everything that I have decided to declutter from the dog shelf today. These worming tablets here are all expired, so they got to go. And then these shampoos are also expired, so I'm just getting rid of those too. There's just like a bunch of random rubbish here that needs to go. And these old teddies, don't even ask why we kept them because I don't know, but my dog tends to just pull all the stuffing out the center, create snow in our lounge room, and then yeah, there's just not much left. So I'm throwing them out. Don't know why we kept them. And then I'm just getting rid of this one jacket that he doesn't wear at all anymore. And that's basically it. So I feel like I got rid of quite a lot. I'm going to go ahead and put everything back onto the shelf now that I'm keeping, which is basically just his folder, his dog treats tin, his lead collar, and a little water bowl kind of thing. Basically that's it though. And I've also put all of his little jackets into a bag so that they're more contained and organized rather than just spilling out all over the shelf. So I am so much happier with how this shelf is looking now. I feel like I have finished off my 30-day declutter challenge strong. Thank you for joining me on this challenge, and I'll be back as soon as I can with some more decluttering and cleaning motivation.
Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you.